Until now, climbing Mount Everest was a feat few of us could imagine, but now there's hope for us commoners. The New York Times is reporting that a group of British tourists scampered up the summit after inhaling xenon gas, which can help people acclimatize to high altitudes in a faster way. So does this defeat the purpose of mountaineering?
Yes! Yes, it does. And must we optimize everything?
Yeah.
Like, this is like, everybody's trying to get better, faster. This seems a lot like bro science. What about, like, the experience of just taking it easy? Going it up, putting in the hard work, exactly. I think that this is like, we should all be bothered by this.
But would you say the same thing? Like, clearly there wasn't Gore-Tex jackets the first time someone reached the summit of
And
Mount
hiking
Everest,
boots.
or oxygen. Every single climber uses oxygen.
Okay, so the off-label use of this without a scientific basis and with unknown health risks, I mean, I think we can agree that this is risky behavior. And all it's gonna take is for one guy—
It's risky to climb a damn mountain.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
whole thing is a risk.
But
There's
you
no
add
purpose to doing
you're
that.
right, but you add to it, you're snorting some kind of a gas. I don't think we want to start this trend.
I'm doing it.
What?
I'm doing it. First of all, it takes 3 weeks without the gas and 1 week with the gas. I'm doing it with the gas, baby. Shorter, get up there. I still have to use my legs, right, to climb up there. I still have to do the work. It's just making it a little bit easier for my breathing. It's not like I'm getting an Uber ride up there and passing everybody or being dropped off by a helicopter. I still have to do the work. So I don't think you're cheating yourself.
I don't think you're cheating either, even though I get the reticence, right? Because you're just like, oh, you're inhaling some kind of gas. We don't really know what it's used for. But guess what? The same language was used when oxygen was introduced to mountaineering.
Yeah.
It was the early 1920s, and there were some early climbers who said, hey, what if we supercharge ourselves? Because as soon as you get above 8,000 feet, people were dying.
Yep.
They were dying all over the place to try to climb the mountain. So there was that combination of like that human spirit and wanting to like conquer something like this. And then there was human ingenuity, which has got us things like the car and you watching us on television. And technology is an amazing thing if it helps us achieve something great. So the exact same language was used by purists. If you want to be a true alpinist, then you will do it without oxygen. And then the first time, it took 30 years from the introduction of oxygen to actually somebody summiting with oxygen, and then they go, okay, fine, I guess we'll allow oxygen now. However, if you are a hardcore mountaineer today and you still summit without oxygen or xenon, you are considered the GOAT. You get a badge of honor. It still does mean
Okay,
something.
but does it matter that the Nepal tourism director in this article was saying that the gas is against climbing ethics, and that also, you know, you have to go up, I mean, with Sherpa,
Yeah.
and they're employed. And so if you tighten that, it can impact their income as well. So I don't know.
Or does it mean more people can climb?
I don't know.
There'll be more people because people like you will actually go.
You go.
Doesn't that sound like a bad thing? Personally, I'm never going to climb Everest, and I think there'll be, I know, shock. There are going to be people who want to climb Everest and they want to do it the fastest. There are going to be people who climb Everest because they want to do it in a traditional way. I'm not worried about this, but what I am worried is making it easier for more people to do. Don't you remember all the headlines maybe a couple of years ago? Just Everest is just like, it looked like a garbage lane of all of these climbers. This is going to bring more people in and make it easier for out-of-shape idiots like us to be able to
But also
to do
then you
it.
get the
Not you guys
possibility
like
of
me.
over-tourism. Like, you've got this whole trend of people who really want to, like, I don't know, it's like bro science. Like, it's like getting up there and, like, you know, maximizing. They'll put a cold plunge at the bottom of the mountain. I don't know. And
I
like,
don't see the problem with that.
You know,
I'm waiting for the problem. Maybe the Sherpas, okay, first of all, I think they're gonna have more work, not less work. And also maybe the people who are going there, it's like part of it will be taking your garbage with you or taking garbage down. You can fix the problem and be like, you guys are coming, but you can't just come and dump. You also have to help us because the next group behind you also wants a clean mountain to climb. I think you can fix the
We'll
issue.
have more time to do it.
Go.
I didn't know that time, the several weeks to climb Everest, the majority of that time is just sitting at the base because you have to acclimatize to that thin air. And so that's why this xenon gas makes it so much more efficient and so much faster. Again, they don't know what the side effects
How many people are going to die
necessarily
from
are.
this?
Or you can
It could
overdose
push the
on it.
research forward. It could push the research forward, and maybe one day they're going to figure out, okay, xenon actually is safe, and then regulate it, and then we'll kind of cross it at that point. But I never want to poo-poo technology, but you're right. There has to be a balance between how we do this.
Not touching it.
We'll tell you about it.
All right.
We'll tell you about it.
Selfie.
Like, here we are, Mount Everest!
Hey, you, come a bit closer.
We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.